And runners and riders, 7 Sky, Wayne Hutchinson rides. Benny's Mist, Liam Treadwell, last year's winner. Henryville, Niall Slippers Madden, Valadon, Conor O'Farrell. Vintage Vinny, Jonathan Moore claims 3, Le Vatican. And then flying through these, How Long Is a Foot, Ryan Hatch. Troika Steps, Conor Schumacher rides for Fergal O'Brien. Finally, Milgan Bay for Tom Garner and Hero of the Hour, Oliver Sherwood. Voyage to New York, Henry Brook. Can he get lucky? Not going to be too long more. We've got a flag up. They're ready to go here. As soon as he drops it, they're off. Stuart Machin with the call.
Starter Robbie Supple gets them away for the Betfred Grand Sefton handicap chase, hurtling down towards the first of the 18 fences. Witnessing court, blue cap in the centre, prominent. Adame terracotta jacket on turns. Federici a bit awkward, and 7 Sky made a mistake, but they've all cleared the first, and Henryville is in rear, and they make their way on to the second. So Witnessing court and Adame, with Valadon, the lighter of a pair of greys, out on the left, joining them over fence 2. And again, they all stand. Henryville is last, Voyager New York towards the rear, with Vintage Vinny and the other, the greys, Le Vatican. Making their way down towards the chair then, Witnessing court, Adame, last year's winner Benny Smith with a white cap on the far side, then Milgan Bay and Valadon and Astracad as they ride. Valadon ploughed through it, but somehow kept his feet. It's knocked him right back into the back third of the field, as Witnessing court leads to the water from Benny Smith, Adame. Milgan Bay, blue cap, lands in 4th. The Italian Yob is out wide, then Astracad in a red jacket and 7 Sky, purple silks around the inside. Federici in a noseband is out wide, then How Long Is a Foot, shadowed by the grey mare Le Vatican in the hands of a Beecher Chase-winning jockey Tom Scudamore. Seafood in the pale blue has got half a dozen or so behind, Vintage Vinny one of them, so too Rouge Blanc, the check jacket. And then Troika Steps and Valadon and Henryville, and Voyager New York is last of the 17 as they head across the Melling Road and on towards the 5th. So Witnessing court with ears pricked on the near side of Benny's Mist. Federici out wide, shadowing the Italian Yob, and Adame right in the centre, that slightly proud head carriage. Astracad tracks them with 7 Sky and Milgan Bay rising. Leaders get over it safely. Adame made quite a bad mistake at that one, just in behind. Astracad made a worse one. And it's Witnessing court from Benny's Mist, the Italian Yob, and Adame. Good jump there from Adame. He was booted into it. Still towards the rear of the field, Voyager New York. Valadon, though, after that bad mistake at the chair, is eased off. It looks as though he's being pulled up. Valadon out of the race as Witnessing court leads them over the ditch. They continue the run down towards Beechers. 2 more before they get there. So Witnessing court to Adame, the noseband, and the Italian Yob out wide. 7 Sky over the next in 4th place, just ahead of Benny's Miss. Milgan Bay didn't see a lot of daylight there. He was a bit untidy. How Long Is a Foot has dropped right back to the rear of the field with Voyager New York, and Rouge Blanc is also in the back 3. Onto the fence before Beechers. Witnessing court, Lance Deepling has gone. Witnessing court crashes out there. And so a jockey change, Sean Quinlan, out of luck. Witnessing court down at the fence before Beechers, and Adame is left in front as they approach the famous fence. To 7 Sky on the inner, and the Italian Yob out wide. Rising at Beechers, Adame with a spring-heeled leap, and we lose Voyager New York there, a faller at the back of the field. No luck today for Henry Brook. On towards Foynaven, 7 Sky, Adame, the Italian Yob with the green jacket, Le Vatican, the grey mare, much closer to them. Henryville made quite a bad mistake of that, impeded Astracad. The latter's steadily been losing ground. Milgan Bay's off the bridle, pushed along towards the rear next door to stablemate Rouge Blanc, as 7 Sky presses on now over the canal turn. Rather put the brakes on, however, had to put himself right, and there How Long Is a Foot is a faller at the canal turn. So the field's much more thinned out than it was. 7 Sky over Valentine's from Adame, Le Vatican and Tom Scudamore on the far side. Rouge Blanc is down there as 7 Sky presses on towards the next by a couple of lengths. To Adame, Le Vatican, Vintage Vinny, the black sleeves and cap getting much closer to them. He landed in 4th there. Then Seafood in the pale blue, followed by the Italian Yob, who's now weakening, and then Federici and Henryville in the pale blue right around the inside. At the next, 7 Sky jumping soundly, overbowled if anything. He pitched on landing, but he still led from Adame, Le Vatican, Vintage Vinny, Seafood, then Henryville, followed by the Italian Yob and Federici and Astracad, and 7 Sky over the third last. He's been jumping markedly left-handed all the way along the side of the course, but he's still out in front as they head across the Melling Road. Benny's Mist is being pulled up by the looks of things at the back of the field. No repeat success. Milgan Bay is being pulled up. Troika Steps is being eased right off as well. And struggling Astracad. So up ahead, they move on towards the last half mile. They've got 2 left to jump in the Betfred Grand Sefton. 7 Sky, runner-up 12 months ago. Pressured by Ardame in the hands of Sean Bowen. Seafood, light blue jacket, moves up now to dispute third with Vintage Vinny, who's pushed along. Then Henryville with a green cap. La Vatican away to the left under Tom Scudamore, and this group of 6 clear of the Italian Job Federici and Astracad. Troika Steps has pulled up. Here's the second last. 7 Sky joined by Ardame, who went into a narrow lead. Seafood is snapping at their heels. Then Henryville in 4th. No more now from La Vatican, and then further back Vintage Vinny. Ardame goes towards the final fence. He gets over it. He's extended his lead now. He's gone 4 clear. Seafood is chasing him down towards the elbow. Ardame comes under pressure. They head to one side just a little. Henryville is staying on a way to the left. Seafood sticking to the task. 7 Sky is 1 pace back in 4th. They've still got over a furlong to go in the Grand Sefton. Ardame has a lead of 5 or 6 lengths from Seafood and Henryville. Now down towards the last half furlong. Ardame, his nose-banded head out in front in a clear lead from Seafood and Henryville. And Ardame, in the hands of Sean Bowen, wins the Grand Sefton for Paul Nicholls. Seafood is second, Henryville in third, clear. 7 Sky, last year's runner-up, 4th this time around, and then La Vatican, Federici, and the rest.
Well, you were lucky you weren't able to hear me, because I was screaming at the television at Sean Bowen, because this horse, you need to help him along a little bit, because he looks around him, he looks a little bit awkward, but his biggest asset is his jumping. How good was this horse round here, Graham?
Rick, I've spent nearly 4 years on the end of those guttural rows, and they never fade. He jumps like a bunny round here, as to me, in the colours of the Stewart family and Dame Judi Dench.